Good morning, students. Welcome to the second session of English Language, Class 10, ICSE 2020 board paper. We had discussed the essay types and how you're going to write and where you lose marks. I just wanted to remind you on the picture composition. Avoid writing the description of the picture as your essay. You will be penalized for it. Now, coming to the next question, that is question number 2. Again, the question paper defines how much time you should spend on this question. Do not spend more than that. Now, this is a 10-mark question. There are 2 letters. You are supposed to do one of them. I'll read out both the letters before I come to the other part. Select any one of the following. A. You have changed your school recently. Write a letter to your friend in your old school telling him or her what you like about your new school, but also what you miss about your old school. Subpart B. Some taps in your locality are left open all day, resulting in a tremendous waste of water. Write a letter to the municipal commissioner of your town or city complaining about the problem. Suggest ways in which this waste of water can be prevented. Now, students, you are supposed to do only one of them. The marks that you get in a letter is divided into 3 parts. First is the format, second is the content, and third is the expression. Now we will see what will be the format for question number 2A, that is a informal letter or a friendly letter. Now this is a friendly letter. This is the address which will be on the right side of the page. Let us concentrate on the sender's address. This address will be on the right side of the page. Now note, this address will have 3 lines. As you can see here, line number 1, line number 2, and line number 3, and after that will be city. If you do not write a 3-line address, this half mark will not be awarded to you. Followed by this address is the date. Now remember, in the date, now as I have mentioned, 5th of April 2020. The date of the letter has to be recent. So if you're taking a paper in the month of June, you will write a date of June. Now note these punctuations. All these commas are important. This full stop is important. If you miss these commas and the full stop, this half mark and this half mark is lost. Now in the date, you can lose marks if you do the following errors. First, month of the date should be written in full. Now if you write 5th of February 2020, it is correct. But if you write 5th Feb 2020, it is wrong. Then, no marks for short form of month. And the year also needs to be written, otherwise again no marks for the date. Moving on. Next is to whom you're writing the letter. This is called the salutation. Now see, it has to be dear, and followed by the name of the person. The question may say, write a letter to your friend, and if you write here, dear friend, or dear XYZ, or dear ABC, this half mark is gone. You will have to write a name, dear Sunil, dear Neil, dear Anita, whatever, followed by a comma. This comma is important. If this comma is missing, again, you lose this half mark. Now let us go back to the question which was asked in this year paper. You have changed your school recently. So this is the condition. So you have already changed your school. Write a letter to your friend in your old school telling him or her what you like about your new school. So you have to tell him what you like about your new school. Now, what else? But also what you miss about your old school. So how many things you have to write? You have to write what you like about your new school and what you miss about your new school. So how are you going to write it? You will have to write now 2 plus 3 points or 3 plus 2 points means maybe 2 points what you like about your new school and 3 points what you miss about your old school. Or you can write 3 points of what you like in your new school and 2 points was what you miss in your old school. Now this is the body of your letter. The body of the letter will be followed by the subscription. This is the subscription. This is the subscription. Now this again carries half mark. Now few things you need to note. Yours lovingly. Now note the way Y is written. You have to write Y in this way in your subscription. There is no apostrophe between R and S. This is yours, not your is. Lovingly. You will not write anything else except lovingly. Just remember this word and you're going to use this word only in a friendly letter. Neither affectionately or your loving friend, nothing. Yours lovingly, comma. This comma is important again, else you will lose half marks for this. Abhay. Now next is your first name followed by a full stop. I have missed something. There is another half mark for this name. It also carries half marks for this name. So why do we write the first name and not the full name is because you're writing to a friendly letter is to your friend, uncle, aunt, mother, father, sister, brother, and they know you very well. Do you call your friend by his name and surname? No, you just call him by his first name. That is the reason yours lovingly, Abhay, will be used. Now coming to the breakup of marks in this letter. Now the format is of 2.5 marks. I'll just show it to you. This is half, this is half, this is half, this is half and another half. Next is the content of the letter which is of 2.5 marks. Now this is basically where I have explained earlier you will write 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2 points. And expression. Now this is expression is how you have expressed your points which you have written in your content. Now you should understand one thing. If you remember in the essay there was also some marks for expression. Similarly here is some marks for expression. Now what is the difference? The expression marks in your letter depends upon your marks that you have achieved in the essay. So if you have not written your essay properly and there were lot many errors in it, because of which you got less marks, this 5 will not be 5 for you. It can be half, 1.5, 2.5, or any other figure. So your letter marks directly depend upon the marks you get in your essay. So be very careful. Your essay is the major chunk of your marks, 20 marks. If you do well in that, here also you get good marks in expression. Going back to the question, we have done now the formal letter. So we go back to the question. Question was, you have changed your school recently. Write a letter to your friend in your old school telling him/her what you like about your new school, but also what you miss about your old school. Now coming to the second letter. This is a formal letter. We will read it carefully. Some taps in your locality are left open all day, resulting in a tremendous waste of water. Write a letter to the municipal commissioner, remember this word, municipal commissioner of your city, complaining about the problem. Suggest ways in which this waste of water can be prevented. So how many things you have to remember? First, you are writing a letter to the municipal commissioner. Second, of your town. Third, first part of the letter will be the complaining, and the second part of the letter will be suggestion. Let us move on and see how this is to be written. This is the formal letter. Now again, the formal letter, the format is on the right side, it is your address. Remember again, line 1, line 2, line 3. 3-line address has to be there, else you will lose the half marks that is assigned to this address. City, followed by a full stop. If you don't write a full stop, whole half mark for the address is gone. Next, date. Again, the date with full month, no short forms of the month like FEB dot. You have to write FEBRUARY, February, or here as in this case April, comma, 2020, full stop. If this full stop is missing, again you lose half marks, which is assigned to the date. So address is half, date is half. Now this is the receiver's address. Who is the receiver in this case? It will be the municipal commissioner. So you will not write to the municipal commissioner. To is redundant, we don't write it now. It will be the municipal commissioner. There has to be a the in the beginning. The principal, the commissioner, the inspector, the district magistrate. This article is important because we are talking about a specific person. That is the reason the municipal commissioner. Then again, there will be 3 lines of address, 1, 2, 3, followed by commas, and then the city and a full stop. So far so good. This is again half mark. Now coming to the salutation. Dear sir, dear madam. Now you will not write MA''AM. You will write the full word madam. And by the way, MAM is wrong. Now, dear sir, dear madam, and not respected sir. Please note this. Do not write respected sir. You will write only dear sir, dear madam. Now, what are we going to write in this letter? Let us see what was asked for. We were asked to write about, we were to complain about the problem and to suggest ways. So these two will be having marks. Now let's go back to the letter. Now in the body of the letter, you will write the complaints and the suggestions, obviously in the form of sentences that you have to make. Now what could be the complaints? The place is dirty, the place is slippery, the place is unhealthy, there is stagnant water, it is causing severe shortage of water, even some diseases. Those could be included in the complaints to this gentleman. And what would be the suggestions? Suggestion can be a plumber may be called, repairs may be done, install a water tank to save water, change the valves of the taps, frequent monitoring of the taps, shut off the main water supply for some time, provide a helpline so that a person who sees that the taps are open and they are unable to close it, they may call the helpline, or any other suggestion that you can include. Now, what is expected out of these complaints and suggestions? You will have to write at least 3 complaints and 3 suggestions. Next, we move on to the, okay, I think I forgot. This part also carries half marks, which I did not mention here. This salutation carries half marks. Now coming to the end of the letter, which is the subscription. Again, note how I have written the Y and note how I have written the F. F is in cursive handwriting. It cannot be in any other way. You cannot write F in this way. You have to write F in a cursive handwriting. Again, there is no apostrophe in yours. Yours faithfully. Remember this, you're not going to write anything else but yours faithfully. It will not be sincerely, it will not be truly. And here you're going to write your name in running handwriting. Suppose your name is Atul Kumar. So you will write Atul as a separate word and Kumar as a separate word. You are not going to write in capital letters. I hope this much is clear. Now let us look at the breakup of marks. Format is of half, 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 that is 2 plus half here and another half the name. Right? So this comes to 3 marks for the format. So if your format is correct, you are getting 3 marks for sure. Next is the content, which I have discussed earlier, and it is the complaints and the suggestions, and this carries 2 marks. And expression carries 5 marks. Again, the expression marks will depend on how many marks you have got in your essay. There is no getting away from that. If your essay is good, you will get good marks in your letter. If your essay is not good, you will not get good marks in your letter. Because expression is 50% of the total marks of a letter. A letter is of 10 marks, and expression, both in friendly as well as formal letter, is 5 marks each. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention, I'm so sorry. Like these two, yours faithfully and Atul Kumar, they carry half marks and half marks. But if this goes wrong, if you lose half marks here, you will not get the half mark of this Atul Kumar. Though you will say it is half plus half, once the first line is wrong, you will not get the marks for the second line even if you have written the name correctly. Similarly, in your friendly letter, if you have made a mistake here lovingly, and this you're not getting this half mark, you will also not get half mark for writing the first name, that is Abhay. I hope the letters have been understood by you, and you will be able to do these questions once given. As an assignment, go to this question, the letter question, subpart A. You have changed your school recently. This informal letter, you will have to do this in your register as an assignment. Thank you so much.